So hi everyone, my name is Cindy. I am the Career Development Coordinator for Students Rising Above, and today is the Networking 101 webinar. So whether you're new to networking or you've been networking for a while, this is a great webinar just to either learn more tips or refresh on some tips to really go over how to network, how to find networking opportunities, how to start conversations, utilizing LinkedIn, and then going over the different questions that you can ask while networking. We'll also show you email templates that you can utilize to follow up with those that you've connected with. And then I'll share my screen. Great. So let's dive in. Networking 101. Oh, give me 1 second. There. Alrighty. So let's start. What does it mean to network? To network is to interact with other people, to exchange information and create relationships and contacts, hopefully to further your career. And networking can have a lot of different outcomes, right? You can increase your contact list, and that can lead to opportunities, whether that's to further your career or to further your search for volunteer opportunities or to get engaged with communities and organizations and other people. You can develop relationships and connections through networking. You can find someone who's aligned with your same interests, and that can be in a group setting. You can join professional groups and different networks through networking. And you can network not only with your colleagues, but also, if you're in college, the current students at your school. And we're going to talk about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a professional social media platform that professionals and companies utilize to not only connect with one another, but also for other marketing purposes, right? Not only for themselves, for their company, but also for jobs that are available. So to start networking with LinkedIn, of course, you have to create a profile. But most importantly, you should be completing your LinkedIn profile. And this includes including all of your experience. First off, your education. You want to include where you are attending school, or if you've attained any degrees, to list that on there. And education can be a variety of different avenues, right? Not only a bachelor's or a master's, but if you have certain certifications, you can add that on there. If you're certified to utilize a specific program, a coding program, for example, you can add that on there as well. And of course, you want to include any professional experience from full-time and part-time jobs, but also internships and volunteer work. Volunteer work really speaks to the work that you're passionate about and what you're really involved in regards to your philanthropy. You also want to include languages that you speak. I think that's a great skill that we should include, not only on your LinkedIn, but also your resume. And any student organizations that you've been a part of. Many students reach out to others in similar organizations because of that common connection. And so if you include that on there and somebody looks on your profile, they can see that connection, and there might be a higher chance that they would want to connect with you. You should want to connect with everyone you know, whether that is family, friends, previous coworkers, your peers in college, your managers. By connecting with these people, you're creating a network of contacts that you can reach out to for a variety of reasons. But more so in a professional sense, job opportunities, right? Job leads. And that can help you not only gain internships, but also full-time jobs once you graduate. You should reach out to your alumni, and that can be alumni from any community-based organizations you've been a part of, whether that's Students Rising Above or Summer Search or College Track. It's really important to reach out to that group to see if they have a LinkedIn group. I know Students Rising Above has a alumni LinkedIn group, so if you are a college senior, and you're part of Students Rising Above, please join that group. We have a lot of job postings. We also have postings for upcoming career events locally, as well as interesting topics that are relevant to the alumni community. And LinkedIn is basically your virtual resume. So just like how you keep your resume up to date and refreshed, you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is also up to date and refreshed alongside your resume. So when connecting with LinkedIn, via LinkedIn, it's really important to personalize the messages that you send when connecting with others, because you want to ensure that you are taking the time and acknowledging the fact that you want to have a established connection with this person. So this particular email template is a connection request to somebody who attends the same college as you, even if you don't know them. And that is a lot of people. So, and you can modify this to explain how you found this person, because you want to make sure that you provide context and you're not just searching random people, right? So here it is. Hello, let's say James, right? Hello, James. I found your name on the Students Rising Above alumni LinkedIn group, and I'm interested in working for Lockheed Martin upon graduation. I'd like to connect on LinkedIn and seek your advice on entering the field of aerospace engineering. Please let me know if I can be in touch with questions. Best regards, Cindy. By personalizing this message, it not only talks about how you found them, but also why you're connecting with this person. And it would provide that incentive for them to connect with you and provide that guidance. Many people out there, especially those who've been in the workforce or who are alumni, really take joy in being able to pass on guidance and advice to those who need it. So just take a couple seconds. It doesn't take that long to create this message, and you can go on the SRA Hub, take this template and copy and paste and just fill in the blanks. It's really not that difficult. So it makes a difference. So try to do that. Awesome. So you want to get out of your comfort zone. I know for me, when I started college, I hardly ever left my dorm room because I didn't know anybody. But if you want to build connections, you want to make sure that you get out of your comfort zone, right? And you could reach out to your friends to help you by attending these events with you, and that might help that situation. So first, you want to attend events that you wouldn't normally attend, right? And you can go to Eventbrite or Facebook to find events. There's also a Meetup that you can utilize to find events, typically on your college career center calendar. There's different events, different career fairs, networking events that they schedule that you can attend as well. Go to events alone, but like I said, if you're not comfortable, you can bring a friend along just to help ease into that. But of course, you don't want to network together sometimes, because if you're interested in a certain field and they're interested in another field, it doesn't make sense for you to walk in hand in hand. But just to have the presence there might help. Reach out to people you haven't talked to in months. Connections stay strong. Just make sure that you keep it alive by checking up on them, saying, hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. How has your role at Google been? Reach out to new people on LinkedIn and Twitter. Continue that networking cycle of connecting with others, especially if they're in the same industry that you're in, or if they're working at a company that you're really interested in. It's really important to just find different people, because they might have different perspectives and different advice. Utilize your calendar to put in networking time, right? You get out what you put in. So if you really want to walk out with opportunities, you need to make time to network, because opportunities aren't given, they're sought out. But I'm shy. I totally get it. I used to be very quiet. I didn't like to talk to anybody. But what has helped me was to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Know what you're going to say and practice your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch is a 30 to 60 second frame where you not only talk about what you're studying, what school you go to, what are you interested in, and what are your career goals. By practicing what you're going to say, you'll feel more comfortable and it'll sound more natural. If it helps to write down your elevator pitch and to recite it a couple of times, that helps as well. Practicing with your friends is also really helpful. Ask them questions. When you ask them questions, people are more than likely to continue talking about themselves, especially in terms of what they're doing, how they like their role, how they got into the role. Ask lots of questions, and that shifts the conversation to them speaking more so than you. Provide compliments. People love it. Not that it increases their ego, but a lot of appreciation to their journey, right? I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I think it's amazing that you were able to shift your career from business to engineering. I think that's just admirable. Or talking about their academic journey or their career journey, how it's been fluctuating, but they're able to figure it out. There's different ways to put in compliments to really give that person happy feels when you're networking with them. And then share your business card. It has your contact information, and hopefully that connection continues to flourish virtually and hopefully through emails or LinkedIn connections, that there's not so much in-person nervous wrecks that I guess you could say, because you're not face-to-face, and that might help alleviate those anxieties. Great. So how do you start that conversation when you're networking, right? What are you supposed to say when you walk up to this person? So let's talk about some of these conversation starters. So number one, my name is. This is probably the most simple and easy conversation starter, and hopefully you know your name and you're able to start that conversation by saying, hi, my name is, and you can jump into a quick elevator pitch, right? So, hi, my name is Cindy. I'm a sociology major at UCLA. How are you? What's your name? Second, so what do you do? Right? The point of networking is really to build those connections and hopefully leverage those for job opportunities, job leads, or informational interviews. If you find out that they work in a similar field, that might open up more doors, right? And they're more than likely to continue that conversation because you're both interested in the same field. And this can be a connection that you can count on in the future. Mind if I join you? If the next networking event you have, there's tables and chairs and there's someone just sitting there, networking is very difficult for some. And if you see someone sitting alone, like, hey, mind if I join you? And that might help alleviate that awkward barrier, because they're alone, you're alone, hey, let's talk. Mind if I join you? Hi, my name is. Next, how do you all know each other? This is a little intimidating even for me, because when I see a group of people together, I'm not exactly sure how to jump into that conversation. But the conversation is already happening, so just jump in. And everybody understands that this is a networking opportunity, so it's not too rude, but just, hey, how do you all know each other? And that, brings you into the conversation. They're more than happy to talk to you. And you can always rely on current events. With everything going on, there's always something going on. So, wow, I just can't believe all the crazy news headlines today. Like, what a week. Like, can you believe what happened? Did you read the news today? Like, I missed it, but I really want to know, what's going on with X, Y, and Z. And this can be a topic on an industry that you're interested in, or it could be something completely different. And it opens up a conversation, because if they're really interested in that news topic, they're more than happy to talk with you. One thing that I use a lot is number 14. So, was it a pain for you to get here? Welcome to the Bay Area, but BART delays and traffic tend to be top of mind for a lot of people, including myself. So I often use this when networking, traffic, right? So that's also a conversation starter. And then lastly, did you catch the game last night? That was pretty cool. NBA season's winding down. You could talk like, hey, did you see that commercial with Dwayne Wade? Like, that like tearjerker. So anything that's current and more than likely people have seen, it could be a topic starter. Moving on to informational interviews. So this is a great professional networking opportunity, and it's just a casual conversation with somebody, a professional in a career or field that interests you. And this is a time for you to really get a better understanding on what that job entails. How did you get this job? What does that look like? How did you get there? How do you like it? And this helps build your professional network because you become someone that they know. And if this professional understands what you're interested in, opportunities might come up and the first thought might be you. Like, you know, I think Jennifer would be a great fit for this position. Like, let me reach out to her. And then it allows you to ask questions, you know, like what makes a successful financial analyst? What are some difficulties? Like, what are some challenges that come up in this field? And here are some questions that you can ask during an informational interview. What does your typical day look like? You know, what are the day-to-day tasks? What do you like or not like about your job? What did you major in? Wow, you had a different major? Like, how did that happen? What was your career path like? Did it shift? Was it pretty linear? Do you think there's other opportunities to progress in this field? If so, what are they? What does that look like? What do I need? What type of education do I need to have? What's the starting salary? What's a competitive salary? And there's a lot of other questions that you can ask. And if you go on the hub and you type in informational interviews, there's not only a list of other questions, but also email templates to request an informational interview through email, but also through LinkedIn. And most importantly, after any informational interviews, be sure to send a thank you note. Just like a regular job interview, by sending a thank you note, it makes you stand out. And this person will appreciate that you appreciate their time in talking to you about their role, and it will keep you top of mind when opportunities come up, or if you would like to connect with them again in the future. And then stay in touch. It's really important to stay in touch because you want to make sure that you stay connected, right? Yes, you can connect with them via LinkedIn, but really, just like with friends, reaching out every once in a while really helps build that relationship even further. Whether it's with professors and teachers who potentially can write recommendations, or managers and coworkers who can give you referrals, classmates and internship coordinators, really helps you with opportunities that they know of. Keep them updated about your life, right? You reach out to a previous internship coordinator during your senior year, like, hey, you know, I'm about to graduate. I'm really interested in working with nonprofits. I just want to reach out and let you know that I'm looking for job leads. If there's anything that you are connected with, please let me know. And always follow up with the people that you meet at career fairs. It's really important because they can be potential employers, and you never know what that connection can lead to. And get their business cards. That's the best way to get their contact information. So let's look at a couple email templates. This is a regular networking email template, just to keep them informed about your career and educational progress. When they see you progressing, it shows that you not only are developing your own professional experience, but also skills. And we'll read this really quickly. Hi, friends and colleagues. I hope this email finds you well. As some of you may know, I will be completing my degree this summer, and I'm looking for a full-time post-graduation job. As I begin my job search, I'd love it if you keep your eyes open for people I could connect with, and job leads or opportunities that might be a fit for me. I'm open to any advice you may have, and a summary of my background on LinkedIn can be found here. I've also attached my resume for your reference and to share as you see fit. Thank you in advance for your help and keeping me in mind. You can send it as like a bulk email. I personally like to send it personalized, just because it gives that extra touch. Job and career fair follow-ups. We want to thank them for speaking with you, remind them about the position that you talked about, the school that they came to, because they probably meet with a bunch of students, not only at your school, but at multiple schools. So if you can include a little bit about the conversation that you had with this person, they might remember you. Reiterate your interest in the company and the position. Reiterate the degree that you're completing and why you might be a great fit for this position if they're hiring. And then this is a request for a referral to a job or company. Yeah, so if you are interested in a particular company or position and you know someone who's at that company, you can reach out to that person like, hey, you know, I'm really interested in this industry, in this role, and I noticed that you are connected with them or you currently work there, and I'm applying for this job. I was hoping if you can introduce me or put in a good name for me. Your referral would mean a lot. Here's my LinkedIn, here's my resume. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to get connected. Awesome. So all these email templates are available on the SRA Hub. And if there's any email templates that you would like, please let your advisor know. Or if you're a Hubster or a SOAR student, you can also ask the Hub advisors for any requests. We do understand that email templates are important, but also keep in mind that email templates are a framework, right? It's the base framework that you utilize, but make sure that you're also personalizing, right? When you're networking with someone, you want to keep in mind, what is something that will make me memorable? Once you include a sentence or two about a topic or a subject or something that makes you stand out and makes that person remember who you are, that connection will be remembered. So that is networking 101. And I will be posting the post poll at this moment. If you can take the post poll. In the meantime, please feel free to ask any question that you have at the moment. I know someone raised their hand. If you could type it in the chat box, I'm more than happy to answer any questions.